Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time.
Alright, we're back with my Druid arena here, and I've been looking at this deck again, and I feel like it should have a pretty reasonable chance. The problem, and simultaneously the benefit here, is I've got 12 cards, so a little over a third of my deck, that cost 5 or more. But mostly 5, like it's all 5 and 6, it's not like, 8, 9 mana and stuff. So 12 cards that cost 5 or more. I have to survive until then, but then I start putting out, like, Azure Drake. It's big, fat, spell damage, draws a card. Druids of the Claw are amazing. Like, you put out a 4/6 taunt, or the 4/4 charge if it helps you more into that circumstance. The Frostwolf Warlord should be at least a 5/5. Ventricle Mercenary is huge. In the arena, these things should be getting more than 1-for-1 card advantage. But I have to survive until then. I have a fair amount of stuff in here. I've got 2 Wraths, I've got 2 Bites, a Swipe, I've got 3 Taunt creatures. They're all 3 or 4 mana, so they're not really fast, but I mean, the Warden and the Shieldmaster are solid. So, yeah, I've also got a Mad Bomber, hopefully counter Rush, although it'll probably just counter myself. I don't know. It feels like this deck can totally work really well. But again, it's one of those things where, like, just about any deck, unless your deck is a flat, like, 2-mana Warlock deck, there's pretty much no way to make a deck that is consistent all the time and can also deal with all kinds of different situations. Sometimes you will get a hand clog. I feel like this one has a slightly larger chance of that, but even then, it's 5-mana stuff. It's not like 8-mana stuff. Okay, so we don't want that in our starting hand. This is an amazing card, but not right now. I mean, technically you can use it as an accelerator. You can play it as at your 5-mana turn, gain 2 mana that you can use right away, and then next turn you have 8 mana. But most of the stuff I want to cast is 5 or 6 mana, so this is I don't need that acceleration. That's not getting me to a really big thing really fast. I'm better off getting 3 cards later on. You know, there are 12 cards that are big. There's a reasonable chance I get something more expensive than Bite, but also half of the deck is cheaper. So I'm going to pitch that. Getting 3 cards here. I just want to get 2 cards that cost less than 4. Fail. But, I don't know. I think I was playing the odds to get at least one thing that was like a 2-mana creature or something. I have loads of 2-mana creatures and Wraths. So, I don't know. If this guy has a fast weenie start, that's really bad for my deck. And I already have 1 loss, so. Again, this deck should do better against people that have a lot of 3 and 4 cost stuff like I usually do, because it might take them a little while to get going, and once they do, I should be playing things that are slightly bigger and better. Although, there's something about those 4 cost guys, right? If you have the right ones, because look, this costs 5, the Yeti costs 4, but this guy loses to the Yeti. He gave me a free card. I can't fail to get card advantage from that. But yeah, I don't know. Well, since he's not putting any pressure on me, I'm very happy. I could have coined out the Dalaran guy, but I don't have any spell damage spells in my hand. And if I wait, I can coin out something better. I can coin out the Shieldmaster next round if I'm being pressured, if he puts out something obnoxious. If he puts out something... Well, that was unexpected. Top deck's a stupid 1/1. Okay, because the axe is going to run out. I don't feel like I need to put out the Shieldmaster against that, so I might hold off. That'll be good later. Play the Mad Bomber. It might kill that. It might not. But if he axes it, that's fine. Or I could play the the Dalaran Mage, which can survive the axe. So he could trade the axe and that and kill it, but then he spent all that effort. Mad Bomber's so random. I don't know. Because the point of waiting is, if on my 4-mana turn I coin out a 5-cost thing, then on my 5-mana turn I can play another 5-cost thing. Like, I'm getting much bigger things. Whereas if I coin out a 4-cost thing now, next turn I only have 4 mana. I can do 2 little things. I can't do one of the big ones yet. Since he's not pressuring me. I just can't decide between trying to Mad Bomber, having 1 mana left, maybe killing that. This is a piece of junk, though. I don't even care. Let's just play him. He might draw some aggro. Like, this guy might decide he's worth killing because of the spell power. Which I keep calling spell power, even though it's been called spell damage since, I don't know, fairly early after I got into beta. They used to call it spell power, and I think it used to affect healing too, and then they were like, this is causing issues, and they changed it. Or it's possible that it wasn't affecting healing, and that for that reason they changed the name, because spell power in World of Warcraft does affect healing, and spell damage here, it's not. So that's a little bit more obnoxious, giving that thing taunt. Maybe I should have Mad Bombered it. But the Mad Bomber was not guaranteed. There were 3 targets it could hit. It had 3 damage. I needed one of those to hit that, but I mean, it could have gone other ways easily. So I've got 2 of these guys, which is a little excessive. If I coin out the Azure Drake, then I draw a card, and it is better than that stuff. I'm going to still take damage. I'm taking a lot of beatings here, but I can't really stop that yet. I could also coin out a Ventricle Mercenary, then I'm in a weird place, because then next turn I'll have 5 mana, but I'll only be able to cost, like, my 2-cost creatures will be 5. So is that really good enough? I'm better off, even though he's much bigger, I think I'm better off coining out the Azure Drake, or maybe even not. What I'm getting annoyed is my life total is low. Maybe I should actually just put out the Shield Master, save the coin for even later. Let's do that. And I'm not even going to hit that for 1. It's pointless. The odds that hitting this thing for 1 with this guy actually help me are pretty low. Basically, I had to draw a swipe next turn, and he didn't attack my Shield Master with it, and. It's quite a string of conditionals. The current math is my guy would take 2 damage, she would take 1. It's not really helping me. Armor up. Since I'm going fairly slow, his armor up card is good. I didn't like playing with. I don't have the shield slams, so I don't like playing with that in constructed because I found it was just slowing down my deck. But with shield slam, it's different. Okay, so they went all that effort to kill that guy, which is okay. Now, get Frostwolf as a 5/5, but that's not that great. And I could now coin out the Boulder Fist Ogre, which is pretty good. Or I could play the Azure Drake, and then next turn I could coin out one of my 2-cost guys, and then play a Mercenary. But next turn I'm probably just going to play the Ogre. When am I going to use the coin? Here's the thing. If it's working out without the coin, maybe I should just let it work out without the coin. But, you know what? No, I'm going to coin out the Boulder Fist Ogre, because it's a big stat upgrade over... This he can more likely deal with, right? 1 Heroic Strike, take this out. This is going to be a problem for him. Vaporization indeed commencing, because now I should be able to drop a big fat lump of minion every single turn, possibly 2 when I hit 10 mana. That's the other thing. If I save the coin, then on my 9 mana turn I could play 2 5-cost minions. Ha ha ha! But this is...
What now?
I think this is better for right now. His drawing a card. See, I already have tons of things to play. I don't need that card very much. Now, it could have drawn me good, like, removal and stuff like that I want. But, really, I don't need that card as much as I need to start winning the game. Oh, that's annoying. He gets to... Wow. Oh, hey, cool. Oh, I like that plan, because he could... I have to kill this guy somehow, or he's going to get +1/+1 and taunt and be pretty annoying. I guess I'll take time out from my busy casting minion schedule to blow him up and just hit for 6. It draws me a card and everything. By not having played these 2-cost guys yet, it's saving up so that 7 mana turn I can go one of them and a Frostwolf and get more bonuses, or on my 9 mana turn I can go boom, boom, boom. And he's already a 6/6. Not counting if I have any other minions alive before that. Okay, that's kind of annoying. This might be a time to try the Mad Bomber. Got the Innervate, too. Interesting. It's not very useful late game, but I have so many good, like, solid fat cards, I'm okay with that right now. Let's see if the Mad Bomber can knock off that bubble for me. It would be really handy. This can totally backfire, of course. And probably will. Hooray! Ew. There were about 17 billion different ways that could go, or literally 100. So, yeah. That wasn't one of my top choices, but it got rid of the bubble, which was the most important thing, I guess. So this guy's going to be super vulnerable now. But then again, he was going to be pretty vulnerable after hitting that anyway. One hit point is not that much worse than 3 when he only has the X. I should stop babbling and start doing stuff. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to innervate out the 2-cost guy and then play a really big Frostwolf Warlord. I guess I could innervate in any other order, it doesn't really matter, but... So this would be a good time for a Brawl. Brawl being an epic warrior card, but it would truly be epic for him if he brawled and one of these 2 guys still was left. That's annoying. Thing is, I'm just going to keep casting big things forever, and I'm not sure he can. If I ever run out of big things, I can cast this and get 3 more cards, which is pretty sick. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. That was dumb. I was supposed to play him first, but I got all excited about how that was going to work out, so... Stupid! Yeah, if this guy gets killed for some reason because he's a 6/6 and not a 7/7, now I'm going to be pissed. Because I totally knew what I was supposed to do, and then I just got excited and whee! Started, like, suiciding guys. And it was like, no, the order matters. Yeah, see, it didn't really... that's kind of what I thought. Execute was one of the top ways that he would have for killing that. And at that point, it doesn't matter if he had 3 hit points left or 1. So the Mad Bomber really didn't hurt me as much. Wow. That is a lot of stuff you've got there, buddy. Now, he can hit me for 12 at least, which is pretty serious. I don't have a good way to kill this. I wish I'd drawn some of my removal cards. I've got, like, all minions here. First, we're going to cast this, try and draw a 4-cost. Like, a swipe would be awesome. With the spell power, it would be fantastic. Nope. That's pretty good, though, because I can play that and have still a large thing. And I'm going to take time out from killing him to get rid of that, because it's reducing his attack a bunch. Yeah, he can take out my stuff, but again, look, he's got no cards. He keeps having to spend multiple cards to kill my things. That's pretty fat, but I have, like, a massive array of fat. Where were you last turn? Oh, that would have totally changed the situation last turn. Ugh. Well, I think I'm going to play this, draw another card. Okay. I've got more life and a lot more stuff. Warriors don't have any geometric cards. He can't double its attack. He can't Wind Fury it or Blessing of Blessed doubling. He can do that, but he's toast. Let's do the math first. I got 7, 11, 15. That's not 15 doesn't quite kill him, so I better not do that. I want to do that for fun, but I wouldn't. Oh, I could still kill him with this actually, but. What? So once I got established, it was not even close. Now, is that fair? It is a warrior in the arena. Like, what's he gonna do? But there's one win. They're still so bad in the arena. Because that's the thing. Like, apparently, one of the reasons that I can't get my constructed warrior deck working as well as I like is that, in terms of the meta and stuff, you really need shield slams. When you have shield slam, you have that 1 mana kill something card that's added in, which can do a lot of killing if you have the shield bat or shield block or whatever to go along with it, and it draws you a card, and it's just you get all this efficiency out of it. You're not going to have two of that epic card in your arena deck. It's supremely unlikely, and you're not. Even if you did, you probably wouldn't have all the weapons you need. Like, you can't just get everything. The warrior deck is very fine tuned. What do I want? He's good early. He's good early. This. I'm wondering if I should almost keep this stuff. But I'm gonna pitch him in case I get some. I can't get something more expensive. So what's the harm? We're just gonna keep the rest of this stuff because you could get a lot worse with it. Where were you last game? It helped a lot at many points last game. I did win. It was okay, but it would have been better with like the right stuff. Do I want to use my coin to try and rush a warrior? He's going to have 2 mana, so he can play an axe and kill something. You know what? I'm not going to. Just let it go. Save the coin. Odds are pretty good. I'm going to draw a 5 or 6 cost thing soon, and I might want to play it, or I might even want to coin out one of my 4 cost, like, killing stuff cards for all I know. Alright, let's go the Berserker. I don't know if I should have played the Mad Bomber first, but I'd rather, if he puts out any weenies or anything I need to do 1 damage to, I'd rather have him as an option. Although that would be a good reason, because he'd be a 3-2 and he could have killed that. So, yeah. If I play the Mad Bomber, there's a reasonable chance he'll enrage this guy, and then I can go forward. If he doesn't enrage this guy, he might, then it's more likely he'll have done 1 damage to this, so I could at least trade them. I don't know. I mean, I could also coin a swipe and just kill him, but I don't even want to waste it on that. I could bite him, that would be pretty good. I don't want to use my coin for that.
I wonder.
Maybe I'll just hold off. He's just not that big a priority. I'll sacrifice this guy to him, basically, and... Well, no, let's see if the Mad Bomber does it. He could backfire in all kinds of ways, but it's unlikely that he'll just blow up my guy and nothing else. Now, it's worth noting that outcome was exactly equally unlikely to completely blowing up my own guy.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, because that was... you got me there. That was complete and utter bullshit. Like, when you have the knife juggler, dagger sniper sort of thing, where he hits exactly what you want every time, that's fairly bullshit, but it's not as bullshit as when it happens with the Mad Bomber, because the knife thrower can only hit your opponent's stuff. He can hit me. Like, everything was a valid target. That was like... Doing 3 damage to a single target was immensely unlikely. Especially to the one target that I would have chosen. Or doing 3 damage to anything else would have been bad. Even to my opponent, it would have been... Like, it would have been okay, but it would have been fairly suboptimal for me. I could just leave that thing alive and play this guy. Or I can coin out a Ventrico Mercenary. No, not him, actually. I'd coin out the Frostwolf Warlord. He'd be a 6/6, which is almost as good and no drawback. And then trade one of these guys for him. That's pretty awesome. Let's do that. He's just as hard to get rid of, but he doesn't have the horrible, horrible drawback of this guy. And now, again, these poor warriors, like this guy, he obviously just didn't have like a good starting hand for fighting me, because you just really want a rush against me. Now, maybe his deck is all like 6 and 7 cost things, and he's going to beat me up, but yeah, I don't know, that seems unlikely. I mean, I'm not saying I've got this won, but the situation has definitely gone the way my deck wants it to, and that makes it, I think, heavily in my favor. Man. Because I want to just play another big fat thing, but I think it's actually not the smartest move here. I think the smartest move is swipe this guy, or actually just bite this guy. The swipe's not helping. The 1 damage to this and him, that's not doing anything. So I should just bite this guy. Kill that with him, which enrages him, and then, yeah, okay. This works.
What? For the wild.
Your move. So, you could waste an execute on this guy, which at this point might be worth it. No. Okay. See, here's another one of those fun things. Because swipe is so amazing, I don't have to waste the good part on this and do like 1 damage to him. I can do 4 damage to him and it'll break the bubble. Which is so good as like BS. Now, I can trade him. I could kill it with him and he'd still survive, but he'd only have 2 hit points left, which really hurts for... I'd only be doing 1 less damage to him if I did it that way, though. Maybe I'll try the risky way where he takes the damage, and I'll just coin out the shield master, or sorry, innervate out the shield master to protect me from charge. There's still a lot of bad things that could happen, but 1 whirlwind attack wouldn't kill him even after this, so yeah. This leaves me with the most stuff in play. If he doesn't manage to kill them now, then he's really doomed. He's already fairly doomed, but he could totally come back. A brawl would help, but he just has to, if he could find a way to do 2 damage to each of these guys. If he played like a spell power guy, this is the arena, he might have a spell power guy in there. Play like a Kobold Geomancer, whirlwind attack, and then the Geomancer would die, but all I'd have is a 3-3, and if he has big, good stuff, he could potentially come back. No, he's screwed. Innervating out the taunt was good, though. He is not in a good position to put it away. Okay, can I kill him with this? 11, yes.
For the horde! For the wild! Where shall I strike?
The warrior, to make a good warrior deck, it has to be really fine-tuned, and you can't do it in the arena, so... Those guys, I'm sure they had bad draws. I'm sure they could have had much better draws, especially against me, because if you just drew a bunch of fast stuff, it would probably kick my ass, especially the first game. But the fact is, their fatal mistake was when they had 3 choices of class in the arena, and they picked warrior. Well, we'll see what happens when I run into much more dangerous arena decks next time. If you enjoyed this, please activate the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.